morning, good morning, good morning. My name is LouAnn and welcome to my kitchen. That coffee's a brewing. And you know there's some sweet iced tea in that ice box. And that noise you hear in the background, I'm making bread today in the bread machine. But I am also going to be making a recipe out of this cookbook, Family Affair. I do believe this was like a sample for this publishing company. So will also be part of this recipe will be part of Sweets for Your Sweetheart. My plan is to make one more recipe for that. I'm hopefully be able to get it done. And I am going to make a recipe later that I think I'm going to have it on my other channel. But I'm just going to still put it as Sweets for Your Sweetheart because I'm doing it special for my husband. And we'll be using some canning products that I have on our pantry shelf. So let me stop gabbing and let's get to what I'm going to make for you today. So I need 2 eggs, and then I also need a cup and a half of sugar. I'm hoping hubby goes and gets a cup, get some more sugar, and then we're going to beat this for, it doesn't say how long, it just says to beat it, and for a little bit. There's a cup, and this is a 1/4 cup of measurement that I'm using, which, as you could tell, it faded off, but it is a 1/4 cup. I try to leave that in my sugar. So now we just put that down, and then, oh, you got to plug it in, ding dong LouAnn. So, let's get this mixed up, and it says to keep mixing it up until, it's really, really smooth. So, that's what we're doing. So, it also says to mix up your dry ingredients, 4 tablespoons of flour, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons and a half of baking powder. So, I'm going to stir this up, mix this up real good before. Now we need to stir in our flour mixture. And I do have my oven on. I need to preheat it to 350. But let's stir this flour in. Now we stir in a cup of apples into our mixture. And if you had any nuts, which I don't have, I just chopped this 1 apple. You needed a cup of apple. We are making Ozark Pudding. I just had to try this. And now we need to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla to this as well. Now we place it in a buttered casserole dish. And then we're going to put it in the oven for 30 minutes, I do believe. Oopsie daisy, I was wrong. We're going to bake it for 35 minutes. And then it does say it will fall. So I'm going to put my timer on about 30 minutes. And there we go. On this recipe, I did put it in a casserole dish. You may want to put it in a bigger dish because it kind of overflowed. I'm going to let it cool down a little bit, and then I'm going to have a taste test. At least this was cooked in a toaster oven, so FYI. I don't know if I'm supposed to eat it warm or not eat it warm, so we're going to try it anyway. A little bit of hot warmth, and let it cool down about 5 or 10 minutes, and then we're going to try it. And it does say that it will fall, which it did. Clearly, it fell, so we're going to try it once it cools off a little bit. But like I said, be sure to put your casserole on something. I got it on a pizza pan. Because after the oven cools down, I will have to clean out the bottom tray. So, now we got to let it cool down a little bit before we give it a taste test.